Hey guys, this is Arnold98, and here is Optimus Prime, well, from the first three movies. Yeah, I called him Dark the Moon, but I'll get into that later. And yeah, this is probably my last Transformer before Brick Fair, that new Transformer, and this is probably not my last for the summer. Anyways, yeah, at first glance, if you look at the thumbnail, you probably think, oh, it's just an update to my original Optimus Prime. However, well, this guy is technically a version 4. He's actually completely new. I started from scratch instead of just updating my original. And that's why I called him Dark of the Moon, to show you he's kind of like a reboot, like what I did with Barricade. His design doesn't change throughout the two movies, but I just wanted to show that he's different. And yeah, I really wanted to start over because I don't know, my original Optimus Prime I made like 3 years ago, and since then I've learned a lot more techniques, new parts have been introduced, and I've worked on a bunch of other Optimus Primes. So yeah, I wanted to show what I could do, and I definitely like this guy, and I'm proud to say he is my favorite Lego Transformer as of now. I definitely will say that. My original was my favorite, but this is my new favorite. And yeah, I should probably change my profile pic. That's still my version 1. And you'll probably ask about instructions, but yeah, I will do instructions. I'm happy to share his design with you guys. I just don't know when, but it's eventually. And straight to his truck mode, he is a Peterbilt truck, pretty iconic design. Obviously, I chose not to put the flames for simplicity. But yeah, this thing is so much better than my original. That thing was thick, stumpy, and a lot of studs showing. This guy is pretty clean, tiles everywhere, and yeah, this is a very smooth looking truck, especially the front. I love these 2x4 tiles. And yeah, spinning him around. He's very nice looking. The proportions are so much better. He's longer. The front especially is much like skinnier. You can see the grill is smaller, and yeah, really nice. Of course, not everything here lines up very perfectly. There's small little gaps, and especially towards the top here. That's perfectly fine. Overall, it looks very smooth, so it's obviously an improvement over my original. And yeah, it's just the details, the grill. I got the fenders more curved looking, a bunch of random stuff down here. The smokestacks are a bit short. Just like the Studio Series Prime, it was needed to keep them shorter in robot mode, but these are a bit taller, which is good. And the canisters. The windows are tinted dark, translucent, like brownish black. I did the clear because the leader did that originally, but this looks much better. This panel here, it looks relatively smooth. I like it. Gas tanks. The fenders are nice. They sit a bit too high. The back is a bit messy. It's overall pretty nice though. Got some stuff around here, but it's like the back of the truck. I wanted to fit like the little fender here. It was gonna eventually fold up into the back, but it was too much kibble, so I just left it off. And you can see just the little trailer hitch here, and he rolls very nicely too. I think even better than the original. Rolling is mandatory for all my large Transformers nowadays, if they have wheels. And just, oh man, I love this truck mode. It's so much better. And flipping it to the bottom, it actually is pretty much the same as the original, because the legs are pretty similar too. And yeah, for comparison, he's not minifigure scale, blah blah blah. Here's a Revenge of the Fallen Ravage, out of scale. And here's my little sig fig, out of scale. But let's see, it's compared to some other Transformers here. We have Hot Rod. I don't know, it's not too big. My cars are kind of like oversized a little bit, but this is perfectly fine. Yeah, let's bring in some more trucks. Here we have the Last Night Onslaught, which is a Western Star tow truck. Kind of similar in design. The front of this is very chunky. It's very reminiscent of my original Prime. And here we also have Revenge of the Fallen Mixmaster. It's a cement truck this time. Yeah, Mixmaster is a bit stubbier. And we also have his Hunt for the Decepticons Voyager toy. This is a Dark of the Moon repaint, which is in a very bad condition, but you get the general gist. I guess my Prime could have been a bit longer, but I'm fine with that. And yeah, now we should get to the transformation. As always, just like the original, it's based off the Revenge of the Fallen Leader and the Hunt for the Decepticons Voyager toy. Both of them pulled it off flawlessly, bringing Prime to a physical form. And yeah, just like that. Well, I think this Prime follows the toys much closer than my original. I did some random things with that. And this guy also has a few bits from my other Optimus Prime transformations in the past. yeah, let's get started. It's actually a pretty smooth transformation, but first you want to do, you gotta untab the like toolbox here from the gas tanks. Just gonna put your finger here, and yeah, you can see the similarities right here. Fold this up, take up the windshield, and just put your finger here. This is essentially the main connection that keeps your truck together, which is surprisingly strong. Like that, and alright. I gotta fold this forward a bit. I'm gonna transform the back first. You know this would become the backpack. And first of all, you fold this section in, you fold this up. The gas tanks will sit in a little crack form there. And then the little fenders here will shift. And they're gonna rotate like that. Rotate here. And they're just gonna wrap around the gas tanks. Like that. And same here. And this will just rotate to the side, and this will just rotate like that. Fold in. It's good to get these out of the way, and you rotate, just wrap this all around, and then these sections will just kind of come together like that. Not all the way yet, but yeah. And now that these sections will come out, and the legs will just start to flop down, and you know what's going on. Alright, and this section will just rotate around. You just want to get the legs in the right position. Oh, and they untab themselves, but coming over here underneath the... Okay. Yeah, spindly legs. Yeah, as you can see, I don't like doing this connection, but this tile actually will tab into here, but now that it untabbed itself, you can just shift that out. And let's take care of his legs first. I don't care if the rest of the body is not in frame. And yeah, this is very similar to the original, just a few differences. You fold out the knee pad. Oh, not my original, this is similar to my version 2. And then first of all, this is a completely new thing. You fold this out. The whole leg foot transformation is different. You fold these and those are little toes. You take the toolbox here and you rotate it 180 like that, and then you will begin to collapse everything. The side panel here, you need to straighten it out. It kind of moves for transformation. This part will collapse in first, and then this part also collapse afterwards. You gotta make this panel clear the leg here, the ball joint, and this panel just goes down and you push it in. There you go. And you fold this down, and that's one leg. And the second leg. Rotate this out, and you need to shift it back in to clear this area. And you fold this section around. And you fold this. Sometimes this is a bit stiff, but. And this section, you straighten that out, and you just begin to fold this all in. You gotta just make sure that clears here. Come on, there you go. And then you give this a nice. You gotta fold the kneecap up. And then you could just push it. Yeah, there you go. That's very satisfying. It sounds like I broke something, but it's actually perfectly fine. And those are the legs. And now for the upper body. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see where to start. First of all, you just need to pull the backpack. Okay, actually coming back here, this little flap here would cover the end of the truck because there'll be a gaping hole. This is not something the toys did, but it was something I wanted to do. Like that. You just fold that up, and then you take the smokestacks. Let's see if I could do this right. Yeah, like, you just fold them up like that, and then you take the front windows. And you fold these sections up. Oh, okay. And then you coming back here. These sections here will fold out. And they will just shift out. You'll find out what these become later. This is another new addition. Everything up here is completely different from my original Prime, pretty much. And you fold these sections up and up. Actually, you want to get the smokestacks into this. Oh, you gotta get the arms out actually first. Alright. Just yank this out. Just pull it out. This is actually a similar technique I did with my Last Night Prime version 2. Or, yeah, Last Night Prime. Where the arms just kind of fold in together. just bring it down. And you can see his head, just pop that out. And you gotta fold these sections up. These areas wouldn't be possible without these little pieces here. And now for the smokestacks, these rotate in. And this little panel would rotate around. And this smokestack rotate like that. And fold this back. Clear this. And yeah, these are technically like the side doors that would kind of meet in the middle here. And then this section will rotate around. And these become the shoulder things. I'll put them in later. And now we're just going to collapse the whole waist here. This little tab will go into here. You just need to move these tabs like into place. There's like a series of hinges in here. I'll get the arm out of the way to see that. And this will just press right into here. Just tab nicely. And you gotta take the fake lights, put them to the side, and fold this in just for now. And you gotta rotate the arms down. I'll deal with those later. And you rotate this down too. Okay. And now coming to the head. Okay, this is a completely new thing, but alright. First of all, just to get some more clearance, you gotta shift these two panels as far out as possible on these little bars here. And this is a new thing. These actually become his chest pieces. They're fake, but they look fine. You just rotate this out. You rotate this out again. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to pull these out. It follows the same like shifting on the little, like those 1x2 with the little, without the little pin in the middle. You could shift things around on those, like my original did. Bring up the head. You fold this into place. And then you fold these sections down and they will form the chest, and you gotta shift them like halfway there so they make room for the head to come through. And then you angle them like slanted like that, like with the movie Prime. Just gonna move these a little fiddling to do. Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then now let's come to the arms. Yeah, these are pretty fun. This is the first thing I came up with because the original arms on the original were pretty awful. Yeah, you see you can rotate the gas tanks right on his shoulder, and then you gotta like rotate this, fold this up. So you fold this back first, you fold this up. Yeah, it follows the original series of hinges, but this time he has a big fist here. You pull that out, and then this section here will kind of fill in the hole. This is accurate to the little bit he has there. I don't know what that is. Some robot kibble. But yeah, same for this side. You rotate this around, shift that gas tank, fold that up, shoulders, and you rotate this, fold this up, a series of hinges, and then you fold this up. Fold this as far back as possible, and then you move this little panel over. And then you can just rotate it here. This is like the main elbow joint. Get into that. And he's almost done. You just need to push these up here. Straighten out the chest. And then we come to the backpack. It's a little droopy backpack. And as you can see here, it is this little, you just need to put your finger here. It is a little hole, which is really convenient. You put your finger here. That will tab right into the center stud here. And you just wiggle this up, and you can give it a nice push. There you go. Come on, stay. Yep, there you go. And then the backpack, this section will kind of just stay down like that. You gotta rotate these back around, and you gotta angle these in as close as possible. And there's the backpack. And standing him up, let's get everything all straightened out. And here is Optimus Prime in his robot mode, and man, this is amazing. It's so much better than my original, even though that did have a really good robot mode. And yeah, I think I did a good job keeping him kind of close to the CGI model, and considering he has to transform. And yeah, well, right off the bat, here's the big elephant in the room. This is the big backpack. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. It's gonna cause me some trouble later, if you know what I mean. But it's accurate actually. But obviously this stuff just kind of shrinks. Like yeah, it kind of just disappears. Or it just shrinks down in size. Other than that, I think I did a very nice job. Coming in, see the little details. You see most of it is there. You got the shoulder bits. I didn't have that on the original. The smokestacks are in the right position. These are actually I used the slope pieces on my Evasion Mode Prime. And you can see all the chest detail, smoky windshield. The head is pretty similar to what I did before. I love how the chest pieces come out. They're fake, but I think it's perfectly fine. You even got fake lights here, which is fine too. You got the Dark Moon abs. I'll get into that later. And yeah, just lots of detail everywhere. Love the hands too. He actually has a big fist instead of those tiny little clips the original has. And yeah, I like it. I couldn't include the little side doors, but I guess that's fine. That would be really tricky at this scale. And coming down, just a lot of details here. The thighs are actually exactly the same as my version 2, which is fine because that was pretty much perfect on that one. And coming down to the feet, yeah, these are a bit different. I opted to do more of the leader style where the feet are actually the bottom. They don't touch the ground, but I think it's fine to give you the illusion that there's toes. And another detail I forgot to point out in robot mode, it's a little oddity, but yeah, Charlie Hitch is directly on his butt. Since this is a family-friendly channel, I won't talk about that any further. And here's a fun part, articulation. He's very articulated. His head can rotate back and forth, up and down. His shoulders, they feature the same joint here. The little shoulder pads get in the way. And this is the same kind of hinge mechanism I used in my original, which is fine. It offers like you can even do a double elbow bend, almost. Just offers a lot, like a bicep swivel here. It's a bit stiff for some reason. Come on. And there you go. This is technically the main elbow joint here. And his fists, you open the fingers. He's actually one of the few Transformers I actually have with wrist articulation, though it's a bit stiff. This part isn't too stable with the hands, but it's nice. And most importantly, he has a waist swivel, which is very nice. I'm trying to keep that a kind of thing with my recent large Transformers. It helps with posability. And the leg articulation is pretty much the same. Joint here, here. You got a 90-degree bend at the knee. And based on the new feet, he can actually pivot pretty well. It has a nice ankle pivot. It can fold up, and it can fold like that. It doesn't bend outwards, but I guess that's not a natural thing to do. And speaking of accessories, he's pretty loaded. He has a ton of weapons throughout the 3 movies. And, yep, that's it. Now let's go through them. And first off, we have his battle blades, his iconic battle blades. I didn't realize how tiny they were in my original, but these are pretty much upscaled versions, and I love how they turned out. And they just tab right into the fists here, top of the fists. They look like they come out from like the truck panel here. There you go, there's 1, and there's 2. And there you go, you can have a lot of fun with this. He's very photogenic, and you can just have him in this pose, like, you'll never stop at 1, I'll take you all on. And next up we have his battle hooks. Yep, I didn't include these on the original, but yeah, these are very cool. They're very bendable. Oh, whoops, too bendable. I wish these pieces came in orange, but it looks fine. It gives the illusion it's kind of like part of, like, I don't know, like the metal part of the sword. But you just attach them on, and unfortunately I don't have a grinder here, but you know what would happen. Yeah, next up we have his brass knuckles. A very simple build, like 3 parts, much smaller than what I had of the previous version. And they just tab right into his fist, and there you go, the brass knuckles. Yep, that's pretty simple. And finally we have his ion cannons, or barrage cannons, I think, and the weapons. Apparently they're supposed to come from his gas tanks, but I couldn't do that. I want to make him a bit more accurate without messing up the look in a vehicle mode. That here you just open this part up. There's a little clip, it goes right into the T-bar here, and you just slide that in. Just push these a little bit. These are a bit tricky to put on. And you fold the trigger finger, and you fold this section, and there you go. And here is with 2 of his guns, which is pretty nice. They're a bit kind of small, but they work very well. The final accessory, not a weapon, but I use the term Dark the Moon Prime very loosely because he does have an alternate set of like ab parts to switch out. This is his for his Revenge of the Fallen first movie version, And what I have is a Dark of the Moon version. First gotta open him up. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit the Matrix inside here. There's room for something, but I didn't want it to be a random blob that could kind of look like the Matrix. But you just pop that off, and you put this one on. I'm very surprised that no other Optimus Prime toy Hasbro has been able to do this, but I guess they could make more money by making separate ab pieces. You gotta get both the first movie and Dark of the Moon versions. Yeah, and it looks very nice too. The gold buttons, they might be too big, but it's fine. I love the swappability. Well, how big is Optimus Prime in rollout mode? Well, time to find out. Here's a minifigure. We got Ravage. Yeah, it's pretty good scale. We got it from Bumblebee from last night. It's a little different, but it's fine. Yeah, I like the scale too. My kind of deluxe cars are kind of a bit oversized, or maybe Optimus is a bit undersized. And then we have his nemesis from Dark of the Moon, Shockwave, once again. And yeah, the size as well, it's pretty well. My Optimus has gained a little bit of height from his torso compared to the original, but he's still shorter than Shockwave, like a head shorter. And swapping out the ab plate for continuity issues, here he is with Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen. And the size is pretty well. Prime is should be shorter, obviously, and Megatron is the same height as Shockwave, which is accurate to the movie. And we also have his Last Night Age of Extinction version, and this guy is a bit shorter compared to this guy. I think my original is like the same height as this guy, but yeah, and you can see how much better this guy is compared to the CGI model than this one. Definitely a big fan of the first 3 movie versions over his night look. And last but not least, here he is with the Hump for the Decepticons of Battle Blades Prime, which is an amazing figure. It took me a while to get a hold of this guy, but you can see the similarities, I guess. Well, at the start, both of them do have pretty big backpacks. My Prime's backpack sticks out a bit further, but you get the gist of what's going on. But yeah, this is a very nice figure. I really enjoy this guy, though I still will pick up the Studio Series version. And there you have it. Yeah, this is Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, the movies, and well, Dark of the Moon with this. I love this soft pull feature, but oh man, this guy is amazing. He's my favorite Transformer made so far. I'm just really proud to make him. Funny thing, he only took 5 days to make, and my first original Prime took 2 months. Well, that said, this is like the summer, and I made that during the school year, and I was also busy with other things, but yeah, I've definitely come a long way. I've been making Lego Transformers for 4 years now, and yeah, this is my best. This is like the best I could do, pretty much. I really love this Prime. He's posable. He's very accurate. His truck mode is smooth. It's just I'm just gushing over him. I love all the accessories he comes with, and oh man, this guy's amazing. If you're going to Brick Fair, it'll be fun seeing this guy. And yeah, I do have his instructions planned, and yeah. Well, yeah, this is my last Transformer before Brick Fair, but that doesn't mean I'm not working on other things over the summer, like Lego Transformers wise. Prime still has a few big toys in store, and I plan to make some of them. So, yeah, you know what I mean. He's a pretty big arsenal throughout the movies, and yeah, maybe you'll see one of those things next, and that should be it. And it's been Articulation, and I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, of course, there'll be more instruction videos. I still have to make them for Shockwave and maybe a few more surprises, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time.